we request you for your closing remarks. We've come to the end of this journey, but hopefully this is the beginning of many more journeys.
Okay. I do have closing remarks. Yeah? Namaskar. I don't know if I can handle this. Namaskar. Namaskar, namaskar, I keep saying it. Salam alaikum, good afternoon. And I'm told that the local language I should say Johar. Is that correct? Oh, Johar. I don't want to go into too much, but I do have a few things I want to say. I wanted to, yesterday I mentioned that we had people here from obviously India, the United States, France, Bangladesh, Nepal, United Kingdom. I appear to have neglected some countries, and I wanted just to make sure we recognize how truly international we are here. And I understand there's people here from Australia, at least somebody, and somebody here from New Zealand. And I think I heard on the panel somebody here from Switzerland. So I hope I made it clear that it's truly an international opportunity here today. We're very happy to have come here. I think I've said that over the past day and a half, and I won't keep saying it other than just this has been, to me, a tremendous success. The fact that at the last session, the room was full really kind of amazes me. And I think that speaks well to the dedication of everybody here today. I also want to make sure I talk about what a wonderful partner Shakti Vahini has been. They've been working on this with us for several months now, and it has really come together and very, very well. I can't think of anything I would have changed. We certainly have learned a lot about how to do these things well and make sure they're as effective as they can be. And so I just want to make sure I acknowledge them very, very forcefully. I hope that you all have made good connections. I know that many of you have known each other a long time, but I also know that that's not true of everybody. And I was especially pleased at the breakout sessions and after dinner last night to see how many people were networking and chatting and had a chance to connect with each other. Because that's the type of thing that is so important for conferences and conclaves such as this, bringing the people together for the formal sessions and the informal sessions. I think that we clearly are we have a group of people who are very committed to this cause, and I think we had so many good things that have come out of it. I heard, as you just did from the different sessions, I of course did not understand everything that transpired at this conference because much of it was done in Hindi, which I'm very glad for because I think it expands who can hear and understand what we're talking about, and very much appreciate that. I also take the point that was made a few minutes ago that it's more than Hindi. We need to be thinking about how to reach out in some more of the local dialects, and we'll be thinking about that. But I just wanted to rehash some of the things that I heard that I thought were so important. As my colleague from Nepal mentioned, the conventions between the states and SARC, and the fact that there is a convention, but that it needs to be fully implemented and improved. There's improvements that need to happen, but I think that we're certainly stepping in the right direction and recognizing there are things to go. Already mentioned the need for registration of placement agencies, which I understand the Chief Minister did commit to. We're going to hold him to it. Hope so. The whole theme of unity and having a nodal group, which I mentioned earlier, and a comprehensive plan, which I know Dr. Nair mentioned yesterday and other people have mentioned, incredibly important because I think it will make the voice stronger, the advocacy stronger, and the seat at the table when people are talking about important social issues, which this is clearly one. Upping our game using technology, that seemed to have come out a number of places, and I want to be thinking, I hope you're all thinking about those that use technology well, how to share that knowledge, and those that don't, how to get that knowledge. I'm also trying to think if there's a way to connect some of the technology companies here in India more closely with the anti-trafficking community. The trafficking community doesn't need any help. We're going for the anti-trafficking community. I was also intrigued and encouraged by the idea of anti-trafficking groups at universities and schools. Seems to be like a terrific idea, getting some young people dedicated and knowledgeable about it. I know when I was up in Darjeeling recently, my colleague up there at MARG talked about, and I met some of the young students there who are his people he works with, both at very young ages, some young kids, little kids, 10-year-olds, up to university, basically spreading the word about trafficking, and in particular with young people, he spoke about, which makes perfect sense, that they're the ones who are going to notice when their friends are missing. The kids are going to notice if other kids are missing, so if they know about trafficking. I think that the more we can spread that, the better off we are. So it's something I've been talking about a lot in the recent past since I was up in Darjeeling in December. We talked about the reforms focusing on helping victims, and I'm not going to reiterate that because it's been said, but I can't endorse that strongly enough. And of course, very much encourage the high-level political commitment by the Chief Minister and others. I already mentioned my earlier speech about the Radisson and the important work they do, and it has also been mentioned that they've dedicated to doing some training and rehabilitation, and I applaud that. And I also want to applaud the work of JARCraft, because I think that's very important. The more different organizations, the more partners we have, the better off we are, that unity, that working together, which is clearly so important. I want to end, because I am going to end, with just a brief quote. A colleague of mine had the opportunity to meet Mr. Nelson Mandela, the great former Prime Minister of South Africa, former political prisoner who was in prison in South Africa for about 25 years, and a hero to so many people. And the question that was asked of Mr. Mandela was, who are your heroes? Since to so many people, you are the hero. And his response, I think, is apropos here today. Mr. Mandela's response was, for me, anyone who fights injustice is my hero. So I say to you all, you fight injustice and you are my hero. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Helen. And while we have many heroes here, we would like to honor one more hero, Ravikant from Shakti Vahini.
आज हम लोगों के लिए बहुत ही बड़ा दिन है कि हमारे माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने जो कमिटमेंट दिया है बच्चों के अधिकारों को सुनिश्चित करने के लिए, जो प्लेसमेंट एजेंसीज कानून के लिए आज जो उनकी कमिटमेंट है, हजारों लाखों झारखंड के बच्चों को ये प्रोटेक्शन प्रोवाइड करेगा। और इसलिए हम लोग ऐसे कार्यकर्ता, साथ में और भी बहुत सारे झारखंड के कार्यकर्ता हैं, सबके लिए आज बड़ा दिन है। और हमारे वो जितने सर्वाइवर्स हैं, विक्टिम्स हैं, जिन लोगों ने जो इतने सालों से पीड़ा सही है, आज हमारे माननीय मुख्यमंत्री के कमिटमेंट से आज हम लोगों का बहुत सारी जो समस्याएं हैं वो अंत होने की एक उम्मीद की किरण जगी है। इसलिए मैं मुख्यमंत्री जी को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ। मैं US काउंसिल जनरल हेलेन लाफावे को I want to thank you, ma'am, for being here for the 2 days, for providing all the support and your guidance. I would also like to thank our mentor, Shri Anurag Gupta ji, the IG of Jharkhand, Police, the CID Department, Jharkhand Police, Women and Child Department, Jharkhand, Chief Minister's Office, the Education Department, media friends from Ranchi, Delhi, Kolkata, Guwahati, Vaidnath ji from Diya Seva Sansthan, you have been a big support. Sister Jema, Sheshnath Barnwal ji, Jharkhand Against Human Trafficking, the Child Protection System Network, many of you are from the District Child Protection Units, the Child Welfare Committees of Jharkhand, all our foreign visitors from Nepal, Bangladesh, France, UK and the United States, Tiffany Williams, who has been a special guest of honor for today, for these two days. Thank you, Tiffany, for coming here. All our friends from India who have made this united effort to come here and show your commitment for combating human trafficking. The CMD of Jharkhand, JARCraft, who has announced that he will take up a rehabilitation program for survivors. Radisson Hotel for their support on corporate social responsibility, our honorees Aradhana ji, Mallika ji, Shabari ji, Surender ji, a big thank you for all of you. US consulate officials, Rupam for the social media support, Deepa for the media support, Saurabh ji, Sohani and Greg being a friend, guide and our monitor. It really helped us to make this event a grand success. And lastly, my Shaktivahini officials, Subir Roy and his team, my brothers Rishi and Rishi, and lastly, I'm lucky enough because we all three brothers were born in Ranchi. My father used to work in the heavy engineering corporation. So I told my mom that she should be here in this complex. My mom here, please. I want to thank you all for coming here. अगर कोई कमी रही होगी कार्यक्रम कराने में या कुछ लॉजिस्टिक्स एफर्ट के लिए और and also I forgot our media partner 92.7 Big FM. मैं आप लोगों से धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं कि आप लोग यहाँ आए और आप लोगों ने 2 दिन तक पूरा हम लोगों का इस कॉन्क्लेव को सक्सेस बनाने में साथ दिया और साथ में अगर कोई कमी रह गई होगी मैं आप लोगों से क्षमा मांगता हूं। अगर कहीं भी लॉजिस्टिक्स में या किसी भी चीज के लिए कमी रह गई होगी उसके लिए क्षमा मांगता हूं, क्योंकि कई बार बड़े कार्यक्रमों में कुछ कमियां हो जाती हैं, उसके लिए मैं क्षमा मांगना चाहता हूं। अंत में मैं आप सभी को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं और हम लोग इस मुद्दा का और जो यहाँ कमिटमेंट बनी है इसको हम लोग झारखंड की संस्थाओं के साथ और झारखंड के हमारे जो सम्मानीय लोग हैं, अशोक भगत जी हैं, सब लोगों का साथ लेकर के माननीय चाइल्ड वेलफेयर कमीशन SCPCR के मेंबर हैं, सबका साथ लेकर के हम लोग इस बच्चों को बचाने की मुहिम को आगे बढ़ाएंगे। धन्यवाद। और invite you all for the lunch. Thank you.
또 아시죠?